am my higher self. I'm never by myself. I am my ancestors. Don't get beside yourself now. Bella libations now.
Peace, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. It's adaramoselle, your tantric shaman. So this video is going to be about what is tantric bodywork. So before we get there, obviously like, subscribe, tell your friends, share. If you're interested in any services or anything like that, please visit me at the website www.adaramoselle.com, Instagram @adaramoselle, and Google me. I'm all around town. I'm all about town, all right? So, and I'm local to the Atlanta area. So I do distance sessions and local sessions, all right? So what is tantric bodywork? So I've been studying tantric bodywork since 2011, 2012, specifically as my main focus of exploration and study. So I spent a lot of time doing this. I sat through many a training in tantric bodywork. There's not a lot of easily accessible training. It's becoming more accessible now. People didn't really know what it is or what it was. They don't really know still. So that's why I'm gonna make this video. Well, I'm making this video. So first thing to know is that Tantra and tantric bodywork are two different things. All right? Two different things. Tantric bodywork is specifically a method of energy manipulation, healing, therapy. It's an actual practice of energetic movement. Okay, so closer to, it's not like Reiki at all, really, but it's closer to Reiki than traditional Tantra, or if you think about Tantric yoga or whatever else like that. So traditionally, Tantra is a group of spiritual texts, practices, rituals, and things like that for spiritual development. Within that, Tantric yoga fits in. Within that, breath work fits in. Within that, spiritual or deity veneration fits in. Okay? Tantric bodywork, on the other hand, is a system of energy manipulation and healing and movement, right? Manipulation just means moving and using and changing things with your hands. Mani means hand, manipulation means change things, right? So we're adjusting things with our hands. Literally, okay? Tantric bodywork is a type of polarity therapy. What is polarity therapy? Polarity therapy is a system of holistic modalities or approaches that focus on balancing poles. Okay, so the most common pole dichotomy that we hear of in the meditative, healing, holistic arts is yin and yang. Okay, it's yin and yang. And Tantra is one of those things that has its main focus in the weaving and the unification of the poles. All right. Now we're talking about the human body. We're talking about the subtle energy field and all these type of things. So the subtle energy field is an electromagnetic field. For those of us who have taken any level of science, I would like to hope, second grade science, you understand how the magnet works. You understand how a magnet works. So one pole of the magnet is negative, the other pole of the magnet is positive, right? When the opposites are pointing towards each other, it attracts. When the same sides or same poles, like plus and plus, are pointing towards each other, they repel, okay? And then also within that electricity, so we have electromagnetics, the electricity part also deals with the conductivity, which is a balancing of poles. See where I'm getting at? Okay, so for those who don't know how the electrical sockets or anything works, there's a positive, a negative, and a neutral, or your ground. So people who think about meditation and breath work and Qigong are very familiar, Tai Chi, things of nature, are very familiar with the concept of grounding. That wouldn't be a thing if we weren't electromagnetic beings.
No matter what you do, Doc, you can't contain it.
Okay, so in this subtle energy field that we call our aura, our energy body, whatever else, which chakras are a part of, your nadis are a part of, your hara is a part of, all these different mechanisms that people want to tell you about to balance and align is all part of the subtle energy field, this electromagnetic field. Okay, so there's different types of polarity therapy, and they all approach the balance of these poles or the interweaving of these poles in their own way. Tantric bodywork is dealing with it in the system or the perspective of one of your channels or one part of yourself, one half of your body is parasympathetic or negative, right? And the other part is sympathetic or positive, okay, or yang. So they say the right side of your body is yang, the left side of your body is yin. The right side of your brain is yin, the left side of your brain is yang, because the opposite side of your brain controls the opposite side of your body. So left side of your brain controls the right side of your body, okay, right? So in tantric body work, we are trying to awaken the dormant aspect of that in one aspect. So there's multiple goals of tantric body work, but one of them is awakening the masculine and feminine energy within you and using that to be a catalyst for the movement of other energies, okay? And in that being a catalyst is also balancing the things that are out of whack. So for the yin and the yang to come together, those poles have to be unified in some sort of way or balanced in some sort of way. And that creates a harmony or a homeostasis or just a wholeness in general, or a desire for wholeness within the body. So we believe that within the body, or within the human psyche, that within the human spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it, let's just leave it technical. Just within the human body, there is a desire to be healthy and to be healed. Right? If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have like an immune system, or when you ate too much bad food, your body wouldn't throw up. Okay, it can't process it. It's trying to get back to its regular balance. So when we start moving energy and releasing blockages and working with this subtle energy body, what we're doing is giving the body access to more resources for it to heal itself. Okay? Now, there's not a lot of study on this because people aren't putting money towards it. That's where study and research comes from. People actually put money towards to fund this stuff. People are not funding this type of research. There's not a lot of research in this field. But people in the holistic line of thinking for health, well-being, energetic healing, all of that type of stuff, we are aware that there is an interplay between the subtle body and this physical body. I personally am under the belief or the suspicion, or it has been my experience that they are the same thing. Okay, just like everybody says, this is the slowest vibrating portion of ourselves, or the most densest, or the most condensed part of ourselves. And each part of our aura and each part of our energy body is progressively thinner and looser and lighter and wavier and more uncorporeal. Okay, so when you start tapping into the energy body, the meridians, all that type of stuff, there's a possibility that you can access these other portions of yourself that reside on other dimensions. And when that happens, then you can have different experiences. Now, some people will contribute that to hormones and brain chemistry and whatever else. However you want to say it, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is people are having these experiences, and you can attribute it to whether it's brain chemistry or you can attribute it to whether it's subtle energy movement. You get what I mean? But the two are the same. Okay, so what we're trying to do, like I said, is remove blockages. So tantric bodywork in the school of Tantra and the thought of Tantra comes into play once you've built up energy. Okay, so when you do yoga and you do these different practices to build and open your channels and raise your kundalini and stuff like that, then naturally there should be a progression to where you start using this energy for something.
What are you going to do with that power?
All right, so on the practitioner side, Tantric bodywork is an opportunity for us to prove to ourselves that we're more than we think that we are. Okay, so when people are practicing tantric body work, yes, some of them are trying to heal people, some of them are whatever, which is awesome. Like, we are trying to heal people, but this is also for the giver. You see what I'm saying? It's for the receiver and for the giver. So when we're giving tantric energy or performing tantric body work or practicing tantric body work in the truest sense, not in the sense that I just want a bunch of clients, but in the truest sense, like, I'm trying to understand my energy, right? Um, there is there's a desire to want to, like I said, prove to yourself that you're more than you think you are. And I'm not saying exert power. I'm not saying wow people or anything like that. For some people, that's how it will show up. You know what I mean? That's why some people want to do it, because, oh, it looks like magic. Oh, I can give women orgasms without touching them, or I can make men feel these different kind of ways, which we're going to get into in other videos. But for people who are serious, and this goes also to go into the topic for another video, which is how to choose a practitioner. For people that are serious, this is a way of them healing themselves. This is a way of them becoming whole and remembering who they really are. And as we do each session, as we work with ourselves in between sessions, as we do the personal development required to be proficient and effective in this work, then we get information, we get downloads, we get ideas, if you will, and we have impulses and feelings that we want to, I'm not going to say that we want to use or test out, but more so we get pulled to activate. All right, because we have a lot of latent gifts, and the energetic field will pull and magnetize these unaware gifts or unactivated gifts to a point of, manifesting in regular life. So when people take my class, they're like, what are all these changes that I'm going through? What are these experiences that I'm having? Why is my intuition growing? Why am I seeing more things? Why am I feeling more things? Why am I setting better boundaries? Like, why is this stuff just naturally happening? And I had to tell them that when you start moving subtle energy within yourself, the things in your world changes. The things in your world change. So it has very, very profound implications into one's life as a practitioner and for the person receiving. So when somebody comes specifically for energetic healing or something like that, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. What can happen in Tantric Bodywork session? What is happening? All right. So like I said, it's a polarity-based theory. So one person is one pole, the other person is another pole, and we are projecting or sending or enticing a magnetic field between each other. Okay. And in that field creates a motor, like a static motor, and that spins things out of your energy field. Okay, and that's where the blockages are released. That's how the blockages are released and all that good stuff. All right, so instead of trying to use like symbols or something and channeling through that, we're using some different techniques. So people have one of three experiences, eventually all three. They have a healing experience, enlightenment, pleasure, and eventually all three. All right, so tantric bodywork is colloquially termed to as no touch orgasm, but it's really, really much more than that. But we use orgasm as a doorway into altered states of consciousness and to access pent up and stored emotions within the body and in the mind. And we, like I said, it's a fuel, it's a doorway, it's an opening. So the orgasm is not necessarily the goal. The orgasm is a sign that we have unlocked enough energy and the energy is flowing smoothly enough for us to approach whatever healing capacity we're trying to approach. Now, granted, the healing can happen without orgasm or anything like that, but when you think of orgasm in the non-sexual term, we're just thinking about energy release. A condensation of energy like when I say condensing of energy, condensation of energy, or compacting of energy, and then an explosion or a release. Okay, and ideally within our favor. So it is not uncommon to see people shake. It's not uncommon to see people yell, scream, cry, be aroused clearly. Have transcendental experiences, feel like they've had past life regressions, any of those things. And also, it's not uncommon for people not to feel anything, especially on their first time. All right, so energy feels like tingling, buzzing, or pulsing. And like I said, this is subtle energy. It's not something that's going to hit you across the face. It's not supposed to. If it did, it would be highly overwhelming. Okay, highly, highly overwhelming because as most of us know, and like I keep reiterating, we are more than what we think that we are. Some of us know that we're more, but they don't really believe it. You know, I mean, there's this conversation about knowing and believing. Like, if you don't know it, then it's not nothing. But you can know something and still not believe it. And then the two never conjoin. You know, there's not a gnosis of it. There's not a gnosis of, there's not an integration between the poles. You see, you could consciously know something, but if you don't subconsciously embody it within your heart, within your mind, it's like it's not ingrained in you somewhere. It doesn't really matter. You can know things all day long, which is why people know better but don't do better. Okay? Again, weaving of the poles. All right? Playing with the poles, playing with dichotomy. And when you take this polarity idea outside of the body and apply it to your life, then you will be able to expand your ability to understand and digest more than one concept. So your opinion on things is not going to sway you into argument. You'll be able to hold more than one idea about a thing. You'll be able to, or be more resilient to the sways of life. When the good times are rolling, it's going to really roll. When the bad times are rolling, you're going to understand, have a little bit more clarity about what's happening. Okay, so this is not just a physical body thing. Okay, it's just not a physical body thing. Now, depending on what area you come from and study, you know, again, you might attribute it to brain chemistry, whatever. I don't care. Let's study together. Let's research together. Call me. Let's figure this thing out. Let's research together. If you have the ability to research these things, let's find out together. Because that's really what I'm here to do. I'm here to add to the body of knowledge. So if that's something that people are interested in, to say proving this thing or not proving this thing, call me. You know, reach out to me. I'm more than welcome to sit in studies and all that good stuff. But back to Tantric Bodywork. So, like I said, it's not uncommon to hear people scream, yell, like I said, be aroused, because we are connecting a blueprint, right? There's a concept of a masculine and feminine blueprint. And yes, people can be like, what about people who don't identify in either one? Well, it still works. Like, if you were born a male and we start energetic your masculine blueprint, you're still gonna feel it and it's still gonna be beneficial. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean we can't energize your feminine blueprint as well. You know, we're both masculine and feminine. So some people choose to embody that more than others, right? It's more than others. So I don't think it really matters. You know, like, I don't think that really matters too much. Okay. But we're trying to awaken this blueprint. We're trying to connect ovaries and breasts and eyes to the central channel. Okay, because the feminine pole in our bodies, our positive pole for women is in our chest. Okay, we stick out. Our negative pole is in our vagina. We receive in. Just think about the place where you stick out and you receive in. Those are good places to possibly consider being a positive and negative pole, right? The reason why we say that is because the yang side, or the active, penetrating side, comes out. The receptive side comes in. Okay? Period. That's it. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. It's really, really, really not that deep. You see what I'm saying? It's not that deep. If you want to know more about it, just study magnetism, study electricity, look at the Earth's magnetic field. You know, there is a point where it's coming in. It's a toroid. It's a toroid. And in a toroid, there's a a opening in the middle. There's a funnel in the middle, and it's spinning out. Okay, so you're yinning and yanging at the same time, if you will. So, tantric bodywork is not Reiki.
It's different.
It's a totally different type of energy work. Plenty of Reiki practitioners have studied Tantra, and they can tell a difference, or tantric bodywork, and they can tell a difference between the energy. Right. Just like if you practice quantum healing or anything else like that, and then did tantric body, you will feel a different type of energy because, like I said in previous videos, there's a different energetic dispensation coming down, and we're working with different things. Okay? We're working with different things. So people talk about Kundalini, but there's other um energetic drivers and forces that interplay or influence Kundalini, if you will. The rising up in and of itself is its own process. What makes the Kundalini rise is its own faculty and attribute. Okay, like the Kundalini just wake up like I'm about to start going up. Like no, something has to work within the Kundalini energy to make it want to rise. So that could be called Spanda. Some people know of it as Spanda, right? Which is the universal oneness vibration. Okay. And desire to seek this universal oneness vibration wakes up the Kundalini and makes it start moving. This in Eastern and non-allopathic health mentality, we think of it in that way. We think about balancing the elements and all that type of stuff. In allopathic mindset, which is the traditional Western medical mind, it's more of just the fact that the body is trying to maintain itself, the equilibrium, the homeostasis. Like we're speaking the same languages on both sides, okay? And when when we decide to work together with each other better, then I think the whole system of healing is going to go much, much better. Okay, much, 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 much better. So the same energetic meridians that we use are the energetic meridians that we use are the same ones that you use in acupressure. Acupuncture is the same ones they use in Qigong. We use the same concept of the elements. So tantric bodywork, in this sense, is a product of Neo Tantra. Neo Tantra. And just because it says Neo does not mean it's bad. It doesn't mean inauthentic or anything like that. It's not traditional Tantra, but what it is amalgamation of traditional Tantra, Buddhist and Tibetan Tantra, or sexual alchemy, because they don't really call it Tantra. They have Tantric Buddhism, but then the Taoists have sexual alchemy. So Hindu Tantra, Buddhist Tantra, Taoist sexual alchemy. Okay, and then they added it with the Western stuff of psychology and philosophy and psychosomatics or somatics in general, relationship dynamics, and improving sexuality, all that type of stuff that's pertinent to us here in the West. It was remodeled for a society that did not live how these societies live. Okay. And that's one thing that I see a lot of people run into trying to practice meditation and all these other different things. They want to practice this system outside of the system it was designed to be practiced in. And it makes it hard. Like some things are designed to be practiced in the ashram. Like most people don't have 8 hours to be in meditation all day.
I don't have time for this.
Most people don't. So it might take you forever. It's going to take you a long time to reach those benefits anyways. But even longer here in the West, even longer here, like even longer. So tantric bodywork again is an opportunity for us to shorten that time and see where we could possibly get to. So I was listening to Aubrey Marcus on somebody's podcast not too long ago, and he was talking about plant medicine and versus guru yoga and stuff like that, which is great. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he was saying that to sit on a pillow for 20 years, not knowing what's going to come, is a super high level of faith and things of that nature. And most people are not going to do that. We need to know where we're going. And just because I was promised from this person that's sitting on this pillow that I'm going to get all of this stuff, doesn't mean I'm going to get some, especially when I see y'all acting up. That's another conversation. Okay, I see y'all acting up. So what tools do we have? What kind of technology can we use to give ourselves a glimpse into what our consciousness advancement can give us? What can it attain? If I've never seen enlightenment and I've never felt enlightenment, I've never felt joy, I've never felt any of these things, what technology is there besides pharmaceutical drugs that can give me a glimpse into this? So religion, what are you saying? You say I can talk to God, I can do this, I can do that, I can see God, God can come and bring all these mysteries and blessings and stuff like that. Okay, I believe it. And then 20 years into the religion, I don't even know if a prayer has been answered. We need some kind of spiritual technology, energetic technology, physical technology, some kind of technology to hack this thing, to see what's really going on before we put our energy into this thing and then feel resentful because it did not give us back the return that we were looking for. All right, and I'm not saying anything against anybody's religion or anything, or since I'm simply and purely talking about from a technological advancement point of view. All right. I am working on meditation to calm my mind, to be a better person, and to hopefully have a better well-being. What does well-being look like? So how do I know when I've got there? Yes, I can do subtraction and look at what I'm no longer feeling, or I can see firsthand. So when people take plant medicines and other psychoactive elements, they are able to have feelings of this oneness that is profound. It drops the walls or bursts through the walls of their perception and what they think is true. It forces them to deal with things they did not want to deal with. It gives them opportunity to see things they have repressed, right? Which might have taken years of counseling, years of this thing or whatever else, but within 8 hours, 4 hours, 15 minutes on Bufo, you can see certain things. Same thing with Tantric Bodywork. It is an opportunity for you to physically feel your non-physical part of you. Now you know the non-physical part of you is real. And now you can't deny it any longer. Okay, and if you do deny it any longer and you do not pay attention to it, that's on you to deal with. And that's something that you can take into your counseling, you can take it to your meditation, you can take it to your journaling or whatever else. But that's what it's for. So extended states of orgasm, which is called ESR, extended sexual response. Okay, so we hear Sting talking about he had sex for 8 hours. This is what he's talking about possibly. I don't know his own practice, but it's possible. I don't want to do that, but it's possible. But more so than having sex for 8 hours, having orgasms that last longer than 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Some people only have orgasms that last for 3 seconds. If you can have an orgasm that lasts for 2 minutes, that's profound. And the reason why it's profound is because there is research being done on the health benefits of orgasm. All right. There are so many benefits to having orgasms. I'm not just talking climaxes. I'm talking orgasms. Another conversation. There's so many health benefits to it. Okay. I am a testament of that. All right. This picture right here, this is my visualization and feelings I have when I'm going through these bliss states. This is what I call a bliss goddess tapestry. This is what I feel like when I'm going through these bliss states. Okay. Also, physical healings happen. It's not guaranteed, but we've seen fibroids go down. We've seen cancer go into remission. We've seen people's body parts come back some, like degenerative hips, like bone degeneration in the hip. We've seen that come back. We've seen cross eyes become straight again. We've seen mother issues, like psychological issues healed, all kind of stuff. So it's very fascinating work. This feels a little bit longer than I planned it to be because I can talk, but I just want to talk a little bit about tantric body work and clear up some things, or just give a little information because the world does not know what tantric body work is yet. So I am a Tantric Shaman. My name is adaramoselle. And if you are interested in learning more about Tantric Bodywork, feel free to visit my website. I do teach classes. I have an e-class now available, Basic Bodywork, where you'll be able to move energy by the end of it and get a nice little taste of this thing. It's not very, very complicated. You don't need any prerequisites. We just want to get you introduced into this world of subtle energy and your own personal power. All right, so like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, and I'll see you in the next video.